Hey guys, Man here for another deck profile, and as you can see from the thumbnail, we are finally looking at DigiPolice. I've been waiting for this deck for a while, and my locals just happened to get their boxes, so now we can finally basically build the deck. I managed to get everything except for one Commandramon, which we are still proxying. Along with that, we are proxying Quartzmon because we just don't have enough copies. All my copies are in another deck, so I can't really put them in it at the moment. But it still accomplishes the same thing. But yeah, this deck is really crazy, really fast. Real like honestly, I would say this is like the final form of D Brigade because going forward, this is probably going to be the main way we're going to play that deck because it just has so much going for it and it continues to get support thanks to the new series Seekers. So yeah, let's get into deck profile so I can show you what I mean by how good this deck is at the moment. First off, for the eggs, we are running the brand new Missamon. This one's really crazy, honestly. I managed to get one foil copy of it, but the other ones are common, sadly. But yeah, this effect is not honestly great, but it is pretty cool because I've been able to stack my deck by using this effect. When attacking once per turn by returning 3 cards with D Brigade or DigiPolice from your trash to the top of the deck, this guy gains plus 2000. This effect doesn't really do much because if you already have the Tamer out, you basically give your guy jamming anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But sometimes when you don't have jamming, this actually does matter, and so surprisingly, you can actually make your rookie like survive usually with it. So got to run 4, and the fact that it counts as a machine and DigiPolice, or actually no, it doesn't. It's just a machine, but still, really solid egg for the deck, and the fact that it works in the deck so well, you got to run at least 4. So for rookies, we are of course running the 4 Commandramon from the new set from BT14. This one's really cool. I love the art on this. I really wish I could find some AAs of this, but so far we've only my locals has only pulled like this, the normal super rares. But yeah, so this one is a new searcher too, which is really cool. Reveal the top 5 cards. You get to add 1 card with D Brigade or Digipolice among them to your hand, and then you get to put them on the top or bottom. So you do end up helping with stacking with a lot of the effects in this deck. And then his effect, his inherent, is really busted. All turns when this Digimon would leave the battle area, by deleting one of your other Digimon with D Brigade in their traits, prevent it from leaving. The cool thing is that you can actually tech this in Machine, and it allows you to give him actual battle protect, or basically protection from almost everything, because it says if it would leave the battle area. So it covers almost everything, including Chaos Degrade or being tucked underneath a Tamer, because that counts as leaving the battle area here. So this guy can actually help protect Machine Dramon, which is really cool. This, of course, is there to help you protect your Brigade Dramon and all that other cool stuff. So yeah, we run 4 copies. Then we run 4 of the OG like BT4 one. This one is self-explanatory. It's on deletion. You reveal the top 3 cards of your deck, and you may play any card with Commandramon among them without paying its memory cost. The cool thing is that the level 4 counts as a normal Commandramon, so this can actually play a level 4 in the process of dying, which is really crazy. So yeah, you have to run at least 4 because it basically searches like half your deck. Then we run 3 Commandramon decoys. This one's from EX3. This one is just there for decoying, but also the fact that it's another body for rookies, to help basically turn into a blocker and or use it for deletion purposes. Then the last 2 rookies we run are 2 of the original Commandramon. This guy's still solid. I mean, he's a 2-cost play. You could pass turn with him, really cool, and then you swing him, and you get a check off their security. So really solid. We're running about 8, 11, and like 13 rookies. This might be a little bit low considering this is a D Brigade deck, but with the new build, you actually want to work towards making Brigade Dramon in the level 4, so you actually run a lower count of this specifically so that you can do that. Uh, let's move on to the level 4 so you can see what I'm talking about. So for level 4s, we are running 4 of the new Numamon. This one is actually pretty busted, and in testing against some people on the Discord, basically, this actually was the MVP of the deck because it allows you to basically grant jamming. So if you manage to have a Memory Tamer and the Tamahime on board, you could potentially push it to 4, hard play this Commandramon, and then evolve something into this, and you give it Rush, and you can basically swing for game, which is really cool. I love that Numamon can do that. He also grants Blocker, which is really nice. So on top of Brigadramon giving Blocker, you basically give Blocker regardless. So that's pretty cool. Then we run 4 of the High Commandramon. High Commandramon is just really cool. The fact that when attacking, you can just reveal the top 3 and play a D Brigade with a play cost of 3 or less, which is basically all of these. So if you hit these, awesome. If not, it's whatever. You basically bottom deck the rest. But the cool thing is that he also has the same exact effect as the new Commandramon, so he helps basically protect your main big guy, basically. So really cool. Also, the fact is that if you combine him with the Tamer, with Tamihime, you give him jamming, and he's just guaranteed to search stuff for you, so pretty solid. Then we run 2 of the old Sealsdramon from EX3 because he does have jamming, and he does grant Rush with his inherent effects, so I still like using him because he's just really solid, honestly. That's all the level 4s. For level 5s, we run 4 of the new Cargo Dramon. I managed to get 2 pre-releases, thankfully, so really cool. This guy, on play or when Digivolving, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. You may play 1 card with D-Brigade or DigiPolice, and a play cost of 4 among them, basically, without paying the cost, and you trash the rest. So this not only helps you summon a new body, but it also helps you set up your trash. So really solid. And then his effect is a little bit different. All turns when one of your other Digimon is deleted, so in conjunction with these other 2 effects, you can reveal the top 3 cards of your deck and play a Commandramon. So you basically either get to play this or any of these. So really cool. You got to run 4 of this. This card is really awesome. Then we run one of the Tankdramon from EX3 because it basically does the exact same thing as Cargo Dramon, but it does 5 or less instead, and of course it's inherent. When one of your Digimon with D-Brigade and its traits attacks, reveal the top 2 cards and play a Commandramon. So they're basically the same, except this one hits 5 or less cost, while this one hits 4 or less cost. Then we run 1 Vetamon, because Vetamon actually is really cool tech in this deck. On player, when Digivolving, your opponent reveals the top 3 cards, and then you get to de-Digivolve them for each Digimon that you find among those 3 cards. So if your opponent is playing a deck that's mainly focused on Digimon rather than any options or just almost no options, this will just de-Digivolve them, which is really cool. And then you get to return the cards that were revealed to the bottom of the deck. So if they were like really crucial cards they needed for their combo, they don't have access to it now. So Vetamon is that really cool tech that you could potentially evolve like a High Commandramon that you just played off of him, or Brigadramon or something. So really cool. That's all the level 5s we run. We only run 6, but these are the ones that you will be seeing most of the time, so it's not too bad. 6 is already pretty solid. Usually you would want to run like 7 or 8, but in this, 6 is already fine. For level 6s, we of course played the brand new Brigadramon, our brand new boss monster. Basically, War Greymon after the war, basically. He's working for the police now. But yeah, when Digivolving, you can delete up to 7 play costs total worth of your opponent's Digimon. That's actually how it's worded. I'm not joking. But yeah, you get to delete stuff up to 7 costs, so really cool. Then opponent's turn, all of your Digimon with D-Brigade in its traits gain blockers, so pretty solid. You basically make a field of blockers, kind of like Metal Enamon or no, King Enamon. So really cool. Like we basically get our own version of King Enamon, but for the police. Then end of your turn, and once per turn, you can reveal the top 3 cards and play up to 7 play cost worth of Commandramon cards or stuff with D-Brigade and DigiPolice, basically. And then you get to trash the rest. So not only does it help you make your board bigger, but it also sets up your trash again. So really solid, honestly. Then we run 3 of the EX3 Dark Dramon. This is mainly because it is a 0 cost evolution sometimes. If you manage to set up your trash properly, this becomes a 0 cost, and you can equip the Tamer to it and give it jamming while it swings, and possibly give it reboot, because it does give jamming and reboot, so that is just insanely solid for a deck. We don't run the Rush Dark Dramon mainly because especially now with Blue Hybrid in the format, we cannot leave guys with nothing under them. So we have to hit them fast before they can start stunning us. So this is why I play 3, because we got to go up into that evolution and go as fast as possible so they can't stop us. But yeah, that's all the level 6s. We only run 6, which is kind of low, but I feel these 2 are the main ones you want to go into to help set up your combos. So it's fine. Then, of course, as I mentioned, I'm proxying 2 Quartzmon. As I mentioned, because of Blue Hybrid, we will have to basically start running 2 Quartzmon, because that allows us to suspend their whole board, and once they start swinging, they're basically stuck and can't really do anything. And also the fact is that then they can't strip any more sources with Sora and Dro, so this is really crucial. That's basically all the Digimon for the deck. The rest of the deck is mainly just the options and then like the one tamer. So yeah, for that, we of course are running 3 Congos because this helps us stop Blue Hybrid. It also helps us stop Shine. It helps us stop kind of Bloom, but not really. But mainly it just stops a lot of things that are small. So basically any Swarm deck basically can't do anything when this is active. So you gotta run 3. Then we run 2 Breath of the Gods because that way we can give one of our guys reboot, and it makes it so they can't be DP reduced, which also makes it really crucial against Shine. Then we run 2 memory boosts. I may be switching this out for 2 trainings because this can hit the tamer as well. I might just run like maybe 2 of this or 2 of the training and 1 memory boost, but I'll have to figure out a way to fit it. Maybe cut 1 Congo for that, but that's for later. Then we run 2 of the new. Oh damn, that glare. The 2 of the DCD bomb. This card is actually kind of cool. Like it's a really cool surprise to do to your opponent. You basically just pass them the 1 while de-digivolving their guy and killing it. So really solid. You got to run at least 2 because in security this does happen. So potentially you can de-digivolve their guy and kind of screw up their combos. Then the last card is basically just the 4 Tamahimes. Tamahime is a really busted tamer, honestly. Of course, in security, it plays itself. And then start of your main phase, if your opponent even has 1 Digimon, you gain a memory. And then the main thing that you use it for is for the Mind Link, where you basically place it under a Numamon, Monzemon, or something with DigiPolice in its traits. And then basically it will gain Jamming and Reboot. And then at the end of the turn, either of your turns, basically, you can play it back out. So you basically set it up so that your Digimon has not only Jamming, but Reboot. Then with the blocker inherits and all that stuff, you basically just block them. And then at the end of the turn, you replay this out and then repeat the process. So Tamahime is really solid for that kind of combo. But yeah, that's basically what D Brigade has become. It's become DigiPolice. And this deck is honestly really solid because if your opponent doesn't know how to play against this, they can remove the wrong Commandramon. Like in the case of killing this, you just get me another search. In the case of like this, you're like, okay, cool. I guess I have enough. You just kill my small guy. That's fine. But I still have like 4 blockers on board. And then, of course, with these effects, you're basically protecting Brigade Dramon or this Dark Dramon like consistently, so you don't really have to care. And then the options are just really solid because you get to not only stop stuff, but you also prevent DP reduction now, and you also just do more de-digivolving, so pretty solid. But yeah, I wanted to get this deck profile out so people can have like a general idea of how to build this deck because it has shifted away from D Brigade where it's mostly like Commandramon rushing and then security stuff. Here you're basically making like a swarm build. You're basically making a ton of blockers that can stop your opponent from doing anything, and then next turn you're swinging for game basically because you should have enough guys to go for game. But yeah, that's basically the deck. As usual, as I said, it's a template for you guys to use. And yeah, as usual, like, comment, subscribe, and let me know what you thought of this. I always like to update my decks as much as possible or use like crazy text that could potentially make it better. So yeah, I'll see you guys next time.